Hi, everybody. Thanks for being here this evening. This is just a brief tour of the kinds of exciting things you're going to see this summer if you're able to join us in Study Abroad 2013 in the college. The trip begins for most of you in Miami Airport, and so we'll be there on May the 6th. That's our departure point from the state of Florida. And you are free to fly on your own, but those who are flying with the group will meet there in Miami. From Miami, we will then take a cross-country trip, and our final departure point in the United States will be in Los Angeles at the famous LAX airport. We usually have a layover of an hour or two, sometimes a bit longer, in Los Angeles. So it'll be a chance to sort of spend your last few minutes in the U.S. for the month of May before we finally begin our cross-ocean journey to Australia. And that you'll probably be on a very comfortable plane. Hopefully you'll get a chance to get a little bit of sleep, because when you finally arrive in the airport in Sydney, it will be almost 10 hours later, a little bit more maybe. You'll be treated well on the plane, of course. You get some meals and bring a book or two, and next thing you know, you'll be waking up and you'll be in Sydney. So we arrive in Sydney on ready for our great adventure at the Sydney Airport, which is on the south side of Sydney itself. Here's a broader look at this beautiful city. You can see it's on the Pacific Ocean. The airport is down here on the south side of the city. We are up close to the harbor, the famous Sydney Harbor. And here's an overview of your hotel. As you can see, the location of the hotel is ideal. You're in the center of everything, very close to the harbor itself. It's an easy walk, in fact, from the hotel to get to Sydney Harbor. And you'll be at the center of everything going on in this beautiful, bustling, exciting city. So some other interesting things to notice about the city, just to give you a brief tour. You can see out here is the famous Sydney Opera House, located at the top. You'll also notice there is a beautiful park in this general area that you're looking at. The park itself is filled with interesting animals and plant life. You can see over here some beautiful places to view Sydney Harbor. Moving a little bit to the left is the Sydney Harbor Bridge, which, as some of you know, you may be able to walk across along the along the supporting beams. Down here is Darling Harbor, and a beautiful place for shopping and to see all kinds of exciting things. Sydney is close to the water and filled with exciting things to do, restaurants and so forth. So there'll not be a lack of very exciting things for you to do in Sydney. Again, coming in a little bit closer to where your hotel is located, you can see there's the hotel. It should be very comfortable. As we go in just a bit closer, we'll give you a street view of the street that you'll be on. There's the hotel on the left. And we'll move a little bit closer in to see the hotel and the street that you'll be on. So very comfortable, lots of shops and restaurants nearby. You're in the center of absolutely everything. So there's all kinds of other exciting things to see near Sydney that are not directly in the town. Among the most famous, Bondi Beach, located on the east side. You'll be able to get there very easily using the bus system and the metro system. Among the interesting things to see there are the built-in swimming pool that's actually built into the rocks and filled with seawater, and of course the lovely beach. Here along the rocks is a beautiful hiking trail that will allow you to see all kinds of gorgeous panoramas. It's a beautiful hiking trip if you'd like to try to do that. And of course, we'll be doing other things while we're there, not just in Sydney. For example, we plan to take a day trip, go to the Tobruk Sheep Station. There you'll see demonstrations of boomerang throws and see a little bit of what life is like outside of the big city in Australia. There'll also be a Sydney Harbour tour, so each of you will get a chance to take a boat around the harbour and see some of the great sights in the harbour itself. I hope that some of you will take advantage of the trip, for example, on your own to visit the zoo. The Sydney Zoo is easily accessible by boat, and it's right across the harbour. You can see it in the upper right-hand side of your screen there. We also will be visiting the Featherdale Wildlife Park as part of a day trip. Again, we'll get out of the town a little bit. This will give you a chance to meet koalas and kangaroos and to come into contact with that wildlife directly. We'll also go to the Katoomba Forest Preserve, which is in the Blue Mountains. There is the famous Three Sisters site, the beautiful town of Leura, all outside of Sydney. It should be a fun day, one that I think you'll remember for a very, very long time. We'll spend about 2.5 weeks in Sydney, and once we're done with that, it's back to the airport. But we're not ready to bring you home yet. You still have lots of things to see in Sydney. Instead, we'll head north. Now, heading north from Sydney means getting warmer, not cooler, because remember, you're below the equator. So we will head to the far northeast of Australia to Cairns. Now it's spelled C-A-I-R-N-S, but it's pronounced Cairns. Cairns is located near the Great Barrier Reef. There's a shot from Google Earth. You can see the reef directly off the coast. You'll have the opportunity to do some snorkeling in the reef with your classmates and teachers, and for those of you scuba certified, maybe even a chance to do some scuba diving. We'll also go to Karoonda, which is outside of Cairns, and you'll have a chance to take the Rainforest Sky Rail while you're there. And while you're staying in Cairns, you'll be staying at the beautiful Novotel Hotel there. The Novotel is right near the water and the harbor. It's a beautiful hotel, as you can see from what you're looking at on the screen. Swimming pool should be big enough for everybody. I think everybody's going to be super comfortable while we're there. We'll end the trip up with a dinner, a group dinner, in which we celebrate our time that we spent in Australia together. It's usually a very emotional time for all of us, having experienced something as wonderful as this trip. I'm looking forward to traveling to Australia with each and every one of you. I think it will be the trip of a lifetime. I think you're going to have a fantastic time, and I hope you can join us.